Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the Outlookers podcast. Thank you to Mark for bringing us episode 1 of our relaunched podcast. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Paul, a member of the staff team here at Outlookers. In this episode, we will be sharing some of the latest developments in assistive tech, as well as bringing you up to date with what's happening here at Outlookers, with some old voices and some new ones, bringing you the contribution from members of our media group. So let's get started.
Outlookers.
The local
Sight loss.
Charity.
Here's Ian to tell you more about what we do.
Outlookers, formerly known as the Kirklees Visual Impairment Network, is a charity dedicated to enhancing the lives of people with visual impairments in West Yorkshire. This member-led organisation offers a variety of services aimed at promoting independence and well-being through peer support and technology training.
Thank you, Ian. If you don't already know, tech is at the heart of everything we do here at Outlookers. So, let's get started. It's time to hear from Nick and David now. They're going to tell us about an exciting piece of tech which is available now.
So we're into this month's tech feature and we're looking at the Meta Ray-Ban glasses. And fortunately, we've got someone who actually has some of these glasses. So I'm going to be talking to David Cornby. David, first of all, what are these glasses? What are they like? Tell us a bit about them.
Okay, Ray-Ban sunglasses just look in many ways like a normal pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses. They don't stand out like the Envision AI smart glasses do. And they're a pair of glasses that have 2 microphones on the left-hand side, 2 on the right-hand side, and 1 in the middle. They have a camera on the left-hand side. It's a 12 megapixel camera. And they have what seems like a camera on the right-hand side, but it's a light just to indicate to people that you're either taking a photograph or a video whilst you're using them. And it's got 2 open ear speakers at the back that give you the audio for using the smart glasses.
So besides being a sort of tech leader, David, what made you get these glasses?
They're really good, not only for listening to music, but for actually being able to take photographs and videos. You can actually link them to your Facebook, to WhatsApp. You can play Spotify or Amazon Music or link them to Apple Music. But the important factor is that they have Meta AI, artificial intelligence. That, when the software eventually comes to the UK, will allow me to take a photograph and actually say, look, tell me what you see. Give me a detailed description. Now, unofficially, I have got that software working on my glasses now because what I did was use a VPN that allowed me to pretend I was in New York so that I've got access to that Meta AI software now. So I can say, hey Meta, what time is it? Or hey Meta, what's the weather going to be like today? Or hey Meta, look and tell me what I'm looking at. Now, it doesn't give the detailed description that Be My AI or Seeing AI do at this current moment in time, but it will give you a description of what you are looking at. And you can ask further questions. So if it was a packet in front of me of something, I'd say, what am I looking at? And it might tell me, oh, you've got a bachelor's soup and things like that. And then I can say, well, can you tell me how I need to be able to cook it? And it'll give me the details of how to cook it, etc. So you can ask supplementary questions all the time. So it's that sort of dialogue. Now, when you think what Be My AI can do, they will give you a detailed description. And that sort of quality is likely to come not only with Meta AI as they develop that software, but recently they've announced that they've got partnerships with Be My Eyes for the Be My Eye link and for a volunteer to see through the camera, and also in terms of Envision AI and linking that with the development of the Envision smart glasses as well. So there's a lot of developments taking place that makes it very exciting in terms of what we want to be able to do, because we always want to be able to describe what we can't see. And this gives us a vehicle for being able to do that independently.
So, David, thanks for that. It sounds incredibly exciting, but I just want to wind back a little bit. You talked about these glasses playing music, and they talked about them talking to you. How does that work? How does it actually feed sound into your ears, or do you have earplugs in? How does it work?
Okay, you've got to have it linked into your phone. So you've got to have a phone, and via Bluetooth, it links and picks the Amazon Music or the Apple Music or what have you. So you're using a phone as a vehicle to link to the internet and the outside world. It doesn't do it directly. So no processing's done via the glasses themselves. It's done by the phone.
But how does it actually speak to, where's the stuff that goes into your ear? Or does it just sit on your ear? How does it work?
It's just like a normal pair of sunglasses. So the speaker's on the left and the right-hand side. And you say, "Hey Meta, what time is it?" And it comes back and tells you it's 4:15 p.m.
And so no one else can hear then? It just goes in your ear?
Yeah, they may be able to hear little bits, but not much. It depends how loud you've got it. So yeah, it's like anything else where you're listening to music or anything like that.
Okay, so let's go back to the sort of new developments and the exciting stuff then. So you said about it's going to have Be My Eyes. So Be My Eyes is the thing where you can, we do it all on our phones, don't we? We hold up the phone and it shows someone at the other end of the system. It shows them the picture and they can describe it to you or tell you what you need to do or whatever. So how is this going to do it that's different from holding up your phone?
Okay, it's not with the glasses as yet, but coming very shortly. And what you'll be able to do is say, "Hey Meta, call a volunteer," and Meta will then use the Be My Eyes and call a volunteer, and that volunteer then will be able to use and see what the camera in the glasses can see. So they will be able to give you directions or answer any questions you've got, as if you were using Be My Eyes with a phone, but without having the phone out. So it gives you hands-free. So you could be in a railway station, in an airport, in a supermarket, anywhere where you need sighted assistance and you can access it.
So that's going to be a person through Be My Eyes. It's going to be a person who's looking down, through your glasses in effect.
Yeah.
But then we all know that at some point there's going to be an AI doing this, isn't there? And replacing the person or working alongside the person. Is that going to happen?
I think that it'll work alongside, and I think what we'll see Meta AI be much more useful in a way like Be My AI is now. But I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Be My AI being allowed to be used on there eventually. But it's those are the developments we want to be able to see. Not only in terms of giving us image descriptions, but perhaps also for being able to navigate, find out where we are, or we might even be able to use good maps, that uses a similar vehicle for actually navigating yourself by taking photographs.
So we're going to have these instead of a guide dog or a cane?
No, I don't think they'll replace. They're additions rather than replacing.
And this must use a lot of processing power to do it, mustn't it? How long does the battery last?
That is an excellent question. The more you use it, the quicker the battery goes down, particularly if you're using it for videos rather than just taking photographs or even perhaps listening to music. They reckon that it will last perhaps 4 to 6 hours. But if you're using it heavily, then on videos, then it might be only 1 or 2 hours. But they get charged up in a smart leather case. You put them into the case, and the case will charge them up 4 or 5 times before you need to charge the case up as well. So it's making sure that you've got them charged up and being able to use them when you want to use them for the situations you want to use them for. So if you're not using them, you can either turn them off or you can put them back in the case and just get them ready to be charged up again.
So I'm going to end with a couple of really practical questions. First of all, where'd you get these from?
I got mine from Vision Express in Huddersfield, but you can actually get them from Meta. You can get them from Ray-Ban. I think you can even get them from Amazon and perhaps Argos now. So they are freely available, but you need to make sure that you get the right one. And it's the Meta Wayfarers. They've got 3 different styles. The headliners and a pair suitable for females. So, in different colours.
Okay.
They start from $2.99.
That was going to be my next question.
Oh, I'll bet you to it. So when you think of smart glasses and the price of the Envision AI, which are about 3,000 or so pounds, when you come to something like 299, and being able to do something similar for a lot lower cost, they're a fantastic buy. And the fact that they just look like a normal pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses.
And is it worth rushing out and buying these now, or should we wait to Black Friday or something like that, sales?
I think you can wait if you want to wait. You can even wait until you officially get the Meta AI software in the UK. But even if you didn't do what I have done and use a VPN to access the software itself that's on the glasses will allow you to do photographs and videos and link to your WhatsApp and do basic things. But it's when you get the Meta AI that can do the image description that it's really good.
David, thanks so much for that. Really enlightening. And if anyone's got any thoughts on whether that was useful or not, let us know. And I suppose any more questions about these Meta Ray-Ban glasses.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nick and David, for that insight into the smart glasses. If you want to find out more or are interested in other tech, why not get in touch in the usual ways? Now here's Sam with an Outlookers update.
For the second time in 2024, we are hosting the Living Well with Sight Loss course in conjunction with the RNIB. And in Kirklees, there are 2 chances to take part. The first course takes place in Batley at the Whitfield Centre and is held on Wednesday, the 30th of October and Wednesday, the 6th of November, both sessions running from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. The second course takes place in Huddersfield at Brian Jackson House and runs on Thursday the 14th and Thursday the 21st of November. Again, both sessions operate from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. The Living Well with Sight Loss course is an opportunity to glimpse into a world of visual impairment. We cover all sorts of topics, including benefit entitlements, mobility, everyday living items, technology, well-being, plus many other topics, and we also have guest visits from the local eye clinic liaison officer service. If you are interested in a place at either venue, please contact Sam on 07 462 596 497. Thank you.
Outlookers, the local
Sight loss charity.
Hello everybody, I'm Martin and I did the first interview for the new podcasts. So this normal piece would be CJ's meets, but unfortunately CJ is actually away, so you've got me instead. And I would like to introduce you to a very special person in my life, and that's Jules Armitage. So I'm going to say hi Jules and take it away.
My name's Jules and I live in Cleckheaton. I'm 58 and my partner is sat in front of me and he's going to be interviewing me today. So fire away, Martin.
Okay, Jules. So how did you hear about Outlookers?
Through Tandem Trekkers, which is a mutual group that we both are members of, which is a cycling group. And Martin initially tried to get me to come to the meets in Dewsbury, and I didn't really want it to start with. I wasn't that bothered, but I ended up going and I enjoyed going. And then as a result of going to those groups, I also got talked into going and playing ukulele, which we are still playing all these years later.
That's coming up 5 years now, isn't it?
Yeah, about that.
Right then, Jules. I know everything about you, but for the people out there in media world, what motivates you and what do you enjoy doing?
Right, I'm a very positive person, and I think that's probably partly as a result of getting out in the fresh air, which I generally do on a daily basis. More so at the minute because I had a guide dog who's retired, and I'm using a white cane at the minute, which has been difficult, but I've been pushing myself and I have been going out every day, and you get to meet people along the way as well. Like I say, fresh air, change of scenery, hearing the birds singing no matter what time of year. It's lovely. So a lot of my activities tend to be outdoors. So the cycling, as I've mentioned. I also go walking a lot. Anywhere I can actually walk, I try to walk as opposed to getting on the bus. That's my preferred way of getting about.
I thought that was just you were tight and you didn't like to pay for a taxi.
Partly, but anyway. And then also, I walk down to the gym. So I live in Cleckheaton, so luckily things are kind of reasonably on my doorstep. So I like to go to Spen Valley, the sports centre. I swim every week, and I also do Pilates. I have actually trained quite a lot of the staff at Spen to be observant of people with visual impairments, and I've got to say they are brilliant. And as a result, quite a few people have started going as well. So anything really to do with sports and activities, I love to do. Is shopping classed as a sport? Well,
For you it is anyway.
It's like a form of weightlifting, isn't it? Because I carry anything I carry, because you have to have a free hand. If you either got a guide dog or a cane, you have a rucksack. So you just have to get a big rucksack, and then I love the fact that I can walk down into town and buy local produce, as well as looking at odd clothes shops, but local produce like from the butchers and the bakers, which is lovely. Even though I actually do my main shopping online, it's still nice to have that feeling when you go into a shop and you're physically putting things in your shopping bag. So I love that.
One thing what you haven't mentioned, Jules is quite modest, really. I'm saying that tongue in cheek, but what she really is very good with, she's a really good techie.
I do like anything Apple, so I am an Apple snob. So I've got an Apple Watch, I've got an Apple phone, I've got an iPad. Anything techie, I love to have a go at. And I'm very patient as well. So, I've got a smart TV, and anything that I put my hand to, I have to conquer it. So it could sometimes take quite a long time, and my tongue could be like falling down by the carpet as I'm concentrating. But yeah, I love techie things. I also put anything that I think's of interest to me, or that could be of interest to other people, on the WhatsApp group for Outlookers, which is a tech chat one. So I like to put a lot of things on there that I find out about either on my own or have a looking on social media like Facebook. Oh, I like audiobooks as well. That's techie, isn't it, in a way? Audiobooks.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of apps for entertainment. So I use Apple TV, the iPlayer. Oh, I've got a fitness app as well called Aptiv, AAPTIV. And I've had that for quite a few years. It's an audio app. It is, you don't pay a monthly subscription. It's £27 for the year. And there's tons and tons of different workouts you can do. Pilates, cycling, core workout, yoga, you name it, weights. They're all on there. You can choose different trainers. So if you don't like the sound of one person's voice, you can choose a different one. You can also choose the type of music that you work out to. And those are really good because they weren't designed for visually impaired people. They were actually designed for runners initially. So every instruction that's given to you is actually really well described. So if anybody wants to do an audio workout but doesn't want to go to the gym or can't get to the gym, then I'd say that's a really good app to be looking at. I've got quite a lot of other apps, but I don't want to bore you. So you're still awake, Martin?
Oh, sorry about that. That was really interesting, Jules.
Thank you.
And I know what you've also got something most of my friends have got these days, and you've got one in every room just about in the house.
A ukulele?
Not a ukulele.
Oh, an Alexa. Yeah.
So you say about an Alexa.
So yeah, I've got Alexas in every room. I've also got the Echo Show, the medium-sized one, which is like probably the size of a 400-gram loaf of bread, and that's quite good. If there's anything, say for example, you can turn this a feature on called Voice View, where the screen will actually look at what you've got, say, in your hand. And so if you want to find out what something is in your cupboard, but you can't read it and you don't want to use an app, you can turn your Echo Show on, you can hold it in front of it and ask it to tell you what's in your hand, and it will read in quite good detail what it is. So I think I put a previous post on about it, didn't I?
So is that a built-in camera then?
It's a built-in camera, yeah. So basically, you've got to like initially, you've got to make sure you're lined up properly in front of it, which, you know, you get used to it. The more often you do it, it just gets easier, and then you can just hold it up to the camera and it will tell you what it is.
And what do you actually do with your Alexas or your Echo Dots and Shows and all that?
I send my dad, who is 90-year-old. He's got an Alexa as well, and I send him voice messages because he's quite hard of hearing. So to actually do voice messages, he can listen them back and he can turn the volume right up to number 10, which I'm sure his neighbours really love listening to my voice. But that's a good way of communication, because sometimes speaking to him on the phone, it can be quite difficult, and I know sometimes he hasn't actually grasped what I've asked him because he's answered with a completely different answer. So yeah, I use it for quite a lot of things.
And of course, it also, you can create shopping lists on there.
Yeah, I use that for shopping as well. So if you're sort of a milling about and you think, I've just got in my cupboard, I've realised I've run out of Yorkshire tea bags, you can just add them to your shopping list and then it will relay them back to you when you're doing your shopping. And I do I've probably used every single app for grocery shopping. So I've tried Asda, Morrison's, Tesco's, Ocado and Waitrose.
And Sainsbury's as well.
Sainsbury's. Or whoever sends me an email to say, we'll give you £10 off on your shop this week. So I'm a bit of a traitor, really. I move to whoever gives me the best deals because I do like a bargain.
And of course, you are a big Amazon shopper, aren't you?
I am. I'm a regular Amazon shopper. So I find it so easy and so quick. I buy regular things. Not subscribe and save, because sometimes subscribe and save you don't get the best offers, but I've bought quite a few things from Amazon which, say if you can't pick them up and carry them, it's easy for them to be delivered to your door free, which is good. So in fact, I think I've got most of my ukuleles from Amazon, apart from my special one, a pineapple concert. So yeah.
Anyway, Jules, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, Martin and Jules. So, what if you want to get involved and become part of us here at Outlookers? Here is Sam to tell you how.
What's on this month at Outlookers? News, events and information with Sam Heaton.
Full details of all groups, events and activities can be found on the What's On page on our website, which is outlookers.org.uk. But here is a quick introductory list to where you can find us across Kirklees. Every Wednesday in Batley, from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. at the Whitfield Centre, WF17 6HP. Every Thursday in Dewsbury, from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. at the 3 Strand Cafe, part of Long Causeway Church, WF12 8EN. You can join us every Friday in Huddersfield from 10:30 until 12 noon inside Brian Jackson House, HD1 5JP. You can join us on the fourth Monday of every month in Birstall from 10:30 until 12 noon within the Library and Information Centre, WF17 9EN. You can join us on the first and third Fridays of every month in Cleckheaton from 10:30 until 12:30 inside the Rose and Crown Public House, BD19 5ET. You can join us on the second and fourth Monday of every month in Home Firth from 10:30 until 12:30 inside the Tech, HD9 3AR. On the first and third Monday of every month in Murfield from 10 a.m. until 12 noon at the Night and Day Cafe Bar, WF14 8AT. You can also join us on Zoom every Thursday for the crochet group, 2:30 until 3:30, and every Friday for the members' general chat session, 2 p.m. until 3 p.m.
Outlookers.
The local sight loss
Charity.
Thanks, Sam. There really are so many ways that you can get involved. If you'd like to find out more, don't forget you can visit our website at www.outlookers.org.uk or drop us an email at info@outlookers.org.uk. You could phone us on 01924 4452222 or even drop us a follow on Facebook and X. Maybe visit our YouTube channel where you can find out useful productions and also listen to this podcast. Thanks for joining us on this episode, and we look forward to bringing you another episode next month.
Outlookers.
The local
Sight loss.
Charity.